Welcome to Brainish English Stories.
Once there was a man. His wife had died. He had a son and a daughter. The children were good and loved each other very much. Later, the man married again. His new wife was a widow. She had one daughter. But both the new wife and her daughter were mean and unkind. From the first day, the man's children were not happy. The stepmother was cruel. She gave them no peace. The boy decided to leave home. He wanted to work and earn his own food. The boy walked for many days. At last, he came to the king's palace. He got a job with the coachman. He worked hard and took care of the horses. The horses became fat and shiny. But his sister stayed at home. Things got worse for her. The stepmother and stepsister were always angry with her. They shouted at her all the time. She had to do all the hard work. They gave her very little food. One day, they told her to go to the stream to get water. She took a bucket and went. As she came near the water, a big, ugly head came up. "Wash me, girl," said the head. "Yes, I will," said the girl kindly. She washed the head. It was not nice work, but she did her best. Then another head came up. It was even uglier. "Brush me, girl," said the head. "Yes, I will," said the girl. She brushed the hair. It was very hard and messy. Then a third head came up. It looked the worst. "Kiss me, girl," said the head. The girl felt afraid, but she said, "Yes, I will," and kissed the head. The three heads talked to each other. "She is very kind," said the first head. "She will be the prettiest girl." "Gold will fall from her hair when she brushes it," said the second. "Gold will fall from her mouth when she speaks," said the third. When the girl went home, she looked very pretty. Gold fell from her hair and mouth. The stepmother and her daughter were very angry. The stepmother shouted, "Go to the pigsty. You cannot live in this house." Soon, the stepmother sent her own daughter to the stream. The first head came up. "Wash me, girl," it said. "Wash yourself," said the girl. The second head came. "Brush me, girl," it said. "Brush yourself," she said. Then the third head said, "Kiss me, girl." "I will not kiss your ugly mouth," she said. The three heads talked again. This time they spoke about the rude and selfish girl. They said, "She will have a very long nose, 4 arms long. Her jaw will be 3 arms long," said the second. "She will have a tree growing from her forehead," said the third. "And when she talks, ashes will fall from her mouth." The girl went home with her water. She called, "Open the door, mother." "Open it yourself, my sweet girl," said her mother. "I can't. My nose is too long," she said. Her mother ran to the door. When she saw her daughter, she screamed and cried. But the nose and jaw stayed the same. Now, the kind brother who worked at the king's palace had made a painting of his sister. He missed her very much. Every morning and evening, he knelt in front of the picture and prayed for her. The other boys at the palace saw him praying. They thought he was praying to a strange thing. They told the king, "He prays to an idol." The king did not believe them at first, but after many days, they begged him to look. The king went quietly and looked through the keyhole. He saw the boy kneeling and praying in front of a picture on the wall. "Open the door," shouted the king. But the boy was praying and did not hear. The king called again, louder. Still, the boy did not hear. "I said, 'Open the door.' 'It's me, the king.'" Then the boy jumped up and opened the door. But he forgot to hide the picture. The king saw it. He could not move. The girl in the picture looked so beautiful. "I have never seen anyone so beautiful," said the king. "She is my sister," said the boy. "I painted her. She is even prettier in real life." "If she is really like that, I will marry her," said the king. "Go and bring her here now." The boy went home quickly to bring his sister. But the stepmother and stepsister wanted to go too. So all of them went together. The girl took a small box with her gold and a little dog called Snow. These were her mother's gifts. They had to cross the sea in a boat. The brothers sat at the back to steer. The others sat in the front. They sailed for a long time. Soon, they saw land ahead. "Look at that white beach," said the brother. "That is where we will land." "What is my brother saying?" asked the kind sister. "He says to throw your gold box into the sea," said the stepmother. "If my brother says so, I must do it," said the girl. She threw her box into the sea. After a while, the brother pointed again. "There is the king's palace," he said. "What is my brother saying now?" asked the sister. "He says to throw your little dog into the sea," the stepmother replied. The girl cried. She loved her dog, Little Snow, very much. But she said, "If my brother says so, I must do it." And she threw the dog into the water. They sailed on. "There is the king coming to meet you," said the brother, pointing. "What is my brother saying now?" asked the sister. "He says you must jump into the sea," said the stepmother. The girl cried and cried, but she believed her brother wanted her to jump, so she jumped into the sea. When the boat reached the palace, the king saw the ugly girl with the long nose, big jaw, and tree on her forehead. He was shocked. But the wedding was ready, the food was cooked, and the guests were waiting. So the king had to marry her. The king was angry. He threw the brother into a pit full of snakes. On the first Thursday night, a beautiful girl came into the palace kitchen. She asked the kitchen maid kindly, "Can I use your brush?" She brushed her hair, and gold fell from it. A little dog was with her. She said, "Go out, Little Snow." "Is it almost morning?" She said this 3 times. The 3rd time, it was nearly dawn. She left and said, "Ugly bride, you sleep so fine. By the young king's side you lie. On sand and stone I lay my head. My brother sleeps with snakes instead. No one cries or helps." "I will come 2 more times," she said, and then never again. In the morning, the kitchen maid told the king what she saw. "I will watch myself next Thursday," said the king. But when the next Thursday came, the ugly bride sang a soft song. The king fell asleep. Again, the real bride came, brushed her hair with gold falling down, and sent out her dog. She said again, "I will come one more time, then never again." On the third Thursday night, the king said, "This time I will stay awake." He told 2 men to hold his arms. "If I start asleep, shake me," he said. He also told 2 other men to watch the ugly bushy bride. That night, the bushy bride began to sing again. Her voice was soft and sleepy. The king's eyes started to close. His head began to fall. But just then, the beautiful real bride came again. She asked for a brush and brushed her hair. Gold fell from it. She said to her little dog, "Go out, little Snow, and see if it is almost morning." She said it 3 times. The third time, the sky began to get light. Then she said sadly, "Ugly bride, you sleep so fine. By the young king's side you lie. On sand and stone I lay my head. My brother sleeps with snakes instead. No one cries or helps." She added, "Now I will never come again." She turned to leave, but the 2 men holding the king gave him a knife and helped him cut her little finger just enough to make it bleed. The spell was broken. The real bride was free. The king woke up and asked, "Who are you?" She told him everything, how her stepmother and stepsister tricked her and made her jump into the sea. The king was very angry. He quickly ordered the brother to be taken out of the snake pit. The snakes had never hurt him. Then the king threw the wicked stepmother and stepsister into the snake pit instead. The king was full of joy. He was happy to send the ugly bushy bride away and to marry the real, kind, and beautiful girl. The real wedding was held, and it was so big and happy that people talked about it in 7 kingdoms. The king and his true bride went to church in a fine carriage. Little Snow, the small dog, was with them too. After they got married and went home, they lived happily ever after. And that's the end of the story.